Hello, welcome to Turnabout Breakdown, a podcast where we play a video game called Ace Attorney Investigations in its current era and bring a weird energy to a podcast recording.
Never happened before.
No, we're so normal and professional all the time. My name is Devon, otherwise known as Algae_Dust online. There was a thing about recommendations last time that I've not stopped thinking about that I think Hera suggested or started doing, and I wanted to do that also, if that's okay.
Of course.
Please.
So, there's a very small line in this case where two of the characters say that they're dream merchants for children. They're trying to bring children's dreams to life. It's such a throwaway thing. But there's a really nice album that I believe is called Dream Merchant, and I really hope it is, because otherwise I've completely goofed on my recommendation. Let me see. Yes, it is. It's called Dream Merchant. It's a really nice album, which is great for low-key, kind of foresty, magical tea shop vibes. Some of it's a bit spooky, some of it's just nice and calm. Great album, and it's by Toto Mori. It's all on YouTube as well, and on Bandcamp and some other stuff, and I'm not sponsored, I just really like that album. So that's my recommendation for today. I'm going to pass over to somebody. I'm going to pass over to Hera.
Hi, I'm Hera. You can find me basically anywhere at Hera Chimera. My recommendation is a video game called Shooty Shooty Robot Invasion. It is some of the most fun I've ever had playing a video game.
It sounds great.
It's just like, what it is it's really dumb, stupid, jokey fun. And it's just like, the laughs per minute are just through the roof. I streamed some of this to Ro. I'm sure she can vouch.
I can. It was fucking hilarious through and through.
Really good. It came out like 2 weeks from recording, so like probably like 6 to 8 weeks from when this comes out. So like you're still on the wave, basically, if you get it. That's all I'm saying. You can still be cool.
Really? I want that so much.
And that's what we're all about here at Turnabout Breakdown. Is being cool.
Is being cool and being on the wave and knowing all the hip, new, and current trends.
Yeah. I'm going to pass it over to Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me on the internet at JM Costello. I have read 2 really good books recently. One of them is called Martyr, and one of them is called The Rain Heron. I couldn't tell you who either of them are by because I didn't plan this because I forgot that we do recommendations. But I'm sure you'll find them.
That's martyr, like someone who sacrifices themselves for a cause rather than the name like martyr.
Yeah, Martyr! Exclamation mark. That's the full name of the book. I really like that in the acknowledgements the author wrote like, thanks to my editor who let me call a book Martyr, and I just thought I was like, yeah, fair enough. And finally Ro.
Hi, I'm Ro. My recommendation is also going to be on a hot new wave trend. Something modern, contemporary, and current. You guys heard about the iPod Shuffle?
It's pretty cool.
Tell me
Like
about
it's
pretty cool.
I want one.
They've got like a little circle on them, and you can just like rub your hand on it, and it works like a button. It's a miraculous new invention developed by this brand new company that no one's ever heard of before. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called like App Hole.
Got me in Devon for some fucking reason.
I was expecting you to say the name of another fruit that just really sent me west.
My actual... I've never heard of this apple. My actual recommendation is I recently watched the anime Cinderella Grey, which has been described to me as the best Gundam anime to come out this year. And I'd say that's a pretty accurate description of everything that happens in that show, is that it's exactly like a Gundam anime, and you should go into it with no further knowledge than that. It's really good.
Cool. So what did we do this week?
What did we do this week? Well, I decided to take a little break from things. And I saw that this new theme park had opened not far from where I work. And I was intrigued by this because usually theme parks, like, they have a brand, but they don't usually have a theme. I mean, they're called theme parks, but it's like they have specific little zones in them that are, you know, you've got like a Land Before Time zone, you've got your scary zone, where you've got your haunted house. But like the park itself as an entirety doesn't have an overarching thematic element. Unless it's just like the brand. Like Disneyland, the whole thing is that it's Disney. But this one, they decided to do something a little different, and the theme was cops.
I will say this theme is very loosely implemented.
It's very loosely implemented until it's implemented in a way where it's like, you couldn't fucking do that at any other theme park.
Well, that's the thing about cops, is they love doing things that other people can't do.
God damn, Devin, that's so real.
Oh, dear. So how was the theme park, bro?
So I went there, and I immediately met the creepiest fucking guy I've ever seen.
Huh. Tell us more.
Have you ever heard of the Blue Badger?
Oh, my lovely friend, the Blue Badger.
Yeah, he's usually like a little guy, like a small little guy that does a little dance. You see him on like bumper stickers and things like that, and like little plush dolls. What if he was a full-sized human man, and had his eyes removed?
Well, wouldn't that just bring the dreams of children to life?
Wouldn't kids around the world love that? And what if there was a time of day where a gruffer-looking version of him with sunglasses and a 5 o'clock shadow started just fucking blasting while at this theme park full of kids, just to be like, hey, I'm the bad guy. I've got the gun, which is how you know I'm doing a crime. But I feel like in that kind of scenario, if I was a kid of ages, say, 6 to 9, and I saw a guy in a mascot costume start shooting a gun, I don't think my suspension of disbelief would be enough to permit me to survive in that moment. I think I would full on have a panic attack.
Very fair.
Which is probably what they want.
It's cops.
It's cops. I think they're doing this to scare kids straight.
Awful. But you know, no one would go to this place, right?
No,
one would go to
apparently.
the theme
There's
park.
barely fucking anyone here.
Well, that's not true. Everyone, like, we spoke to the mascots and they said they were spawned by kids the whole time.
The whole time.
It turns out they got it right. This is what the children want.
Welcome to Gatewaterland.
This is, of course, the scene for Case 3 of Ace Attorney Investigations. What's it called? Turnabout Kidnapping.
I do want to show you something about people visiting this place because I think we all missed it. It's a very missable cameo.
I don't think I ever saw this while playing the game, and it wasn't on the YouTube video I watched.
What the fuck? What are you doing back there?
What the hell? Is this in the HD version?
It says you have to leave the Wild Wild West area and visit the main gate, like, while you're in the middle of that investigation, so it's very easily missable.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either. What Jay has just shown us is a picture of Miles Edgeworth at the entrance to this theme park that's a bridge over water, and in the water is Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl in a rowing boat together.
Nothing bad ever happened in a rowing boat.
Characters who are not even mentioned by name so far in this video game.
Oh, great. There's also something that I need to show. Rowan Hera in particular, by the way. This is so long ago. This is a very weird screenshot. I want you to take particular note of the date of what I'm about to send to you. For the listeners, 2 years ago, Jay sent the picture of the proto-badger smacking Edgeworth across their head to the group chat long
remember
before
this
Road
at
Hera
all.
played this case. It's so funny to me. A, that we've been hanging out that long, and B, that this image has been in the ether for this long also. It makes me so happy.
Can't stop giggling at the fact that the last message in the chat before that is me saying in response to a picture of the blue badger, I think Parappa the Rapper should kill him.
It's really good. Oh god. This case.
At all. Oh man.
Oh my god.
All
My
right.
brain hurts so much. Alright. Should we get into it?
Yeah, you want to do your summary?
Yeah, sorry, like this, I haven't proofread this very well, so let's see what happens. I think it's the shortest one I've ever written. The Kidnapped Turnabout covers the kidnapping of Lance Amano and the murder of Oliver Deacon, family butler to the Amano family. Okay. Edgeworth, summoned by Lance's father Ernest, delivers ransom money to the kidnappers, only to be knocked out and kidnapped himself. When he comes to, tied to a beam in a storage room and unable to escape, he is rescued by self-proclaimed great thief Kay Faraday. After he's freed, Edgeworth tries to investigate the kidnapping, only to be stopped by Interpol agent Shilong Lang. Edgeworth still manages to snoop and discovers the body of Oliver Deacon. What's revealed through the investigation is that Lance's kidnapping was orchestrated by Lance, Oliver, and Lance's girlfriend Lauren. We learn that Oliver was an escaped criminal and also Lauren's father, and he tried to stop Lance from going through with the kidnapping in order to protect Lauren. They fought, and Lance killed Oliver. Throughout this time, Ernest uses his wealth to make access to evidence difficult in order to protect his son. At the end of the case, Lang tells us he's actually here to investigate smuggling within the Amano group, Ernest's business, relating to a case from 8 years ago. Only through Edgeworth's unrelenting pursuit of the truth was Ernest pushed far enough to obstruct justice, which Lang can use as a reason to further investigate his company. As Lang goes to arrest Ernest, Jacques Portsman shows up, saying he will be handling the case as its prosecutor. Finally, Kay reveals she's met Edgeworth and Gumshoe before. I have 20 pages of notes. That is the shortest summary I have ever written.
Devon has done something previously thought unthinkable, in that they have thoroughly eclipsed the amount of notes that I've ever taken on a case.
I think I'm nearly double.
I don't think I've hit 20 pages for any of my case notes. I think my highest is 18.
I don't know what happened when I played this case, but like, I was just so happy and having such a nice time. It's so stupid. There's just so much
Nothing
stupid
about
fan
that.
service and like throwback stuff and just like new characters who are really great. I was just living my best life. It was wonderful.
I think this is the first time, Ro, that we had the same number of pages of notes also.
It's fucked. What's the world coming to? Have I lost my touch?
You just you hate Ace Attorney Investigations.
I hate Ace Attorney Investigations. It's the only game I've given a red to.
It's so funny. Oh, I didn't say in that summary that we were at Gate Waterland, but thankfully Ro did an excellent run up at explaining that before I did, so.
Yeah, we're
I
in
think
fucking
we all got
we're
this
in
figured
Pop
out.
Theme Park, baby.
I'm glad that all of us remembered that we had talked about what if there was a hypothetical cop theme park on this podcast before. I think it's so funny that it's like such a stupid thing to happen, and yet it's like, yeah, that would happen in Ace Attorney to the point where it's predictable from like the beginning.
I wasn't
We
even
just
thinking
saw
about the
the
cop
line.
theme park thing. I was thinking about the fact that the Gatewater Hotel is like a continuing expansion, and I think we did make a joke about it becoming like from a theme park to like a state to like a country or something like
Yeah,
that.
so Ro, I think you joked about the Gatewater Hotel becoming a theme park, and Hera joked about there being a Blue Badger world. So
Hera
you
did say
both
that.
just covered it.
The thing that Roa said before is the person you're putting on trial is literally a guy in a blue badger mascot suit.
Yeah. I did see you pull that from one of our previous ones.
So good.
That's how you know this
they
is the
know?
fan service case. They're literally doing that for us.
It's true.
My God, is this the fan service case? They do not let up. And you know what? It landed this time. I like these
did.
characters.
Do you know why I think it landed, Hera? Is because in a lot of instances, the fan service was either like a single sentence result of inspecting something, or it was a character that in the grand scheme of things is like completely insignificant to the actual ongoings of the case. And I think that made a difference because it meant we still got the Ace Attorney standard of a bevy of new characters to hang out and interact with, which was good. Because if it was like, oh, fucking Officer Meekins is someone that like is unknowingly assisting in the kidnapping, then it would have been a bit less enjoyable in that regard, I think. But it's a theme park. It's literally an Ace Attorney theme park. You're going through all of the staged events.
And, like, I feel like, yeah, it's fan service, and you get some characters who just show up for, like, 5 minutes and then disappear, but, like, they're not unnecessarily brought back. Like, yeah, it's just a more concise, like, use of them, I guess. It's fun. Although, more screen time for Emma, please.
Seriously.
The thing that I'm waiting on is for when Lotta Hart comes back.
I'm sure it will happen. There's no doubt
sure
in my
it will
mind.
happen.
Does anyone know what the first reference to a previous case is in this?
I saw that you pulled it because I did not see that one, Hera, and it's the...
Well, I guess the first one is actually the Blue Badger sign from 1.5, right?
Oh, yeah.
At the entrance?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that would be it. But Hera also pulled that on the itinerary board that they've got on the bridge.
This is in the stadium.
Oh, that's in the stadium? Oh, okay. I thought that was on the bridge. But there's a little thing that says that there'll be a performance by Max Galactica from case 2-3?
Yep,
I got it.
you got it.
I like the bubbles on that sign.
It's a good sign.
They're nice.
The font is kind of weird. I think it's the white outline on the like beige background.
Yeah, and the font is really, like, is a lot more crisp compared to the, like, low-res render behind it.
Slap a blur tool on that bad boy.
That's because they just like slapped it over whatever it said before in Japanese.
Yeah.
A child
There's kind of a long intro for this one, right?
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes in when you actually find out the name of the person who's been kidnapped. So much. I'm okay with this.
So we start on this extremely fucking fancy bridge, which I guess leads out to an island, maybe? Like, you find out right at the end of the case that you're on the sea, like, coast.
Gatewaterland is a renovated seaward fortress.
It's true. You're like, this bridge is crazy, and then you walk forward 5 feet and you get the Gatewaterland, and there's a Blue Badger mascot, and you're like, holy shit, this is crazy. I can't wait to walk around and inspect this area, which I never got to do because I didn't know you could go there for that one moment where you see the Phoenix Wright gang. And then you're on the phone to the kidnapper, and the kidnapper's like, okay, go to the stadium. So you go to the stadium, there's Max Galactica mentioned. There's also, like, there's a troop Garmet and the Gaviniers. I don't know if that's anything. Is the Gaviniers the band from the Gumshoe Lakes?
Don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I didn't remember that Gumshoe liked a band. All I remember is some, like, singing Scar at some point in the last the last game, which is awful and bad.
No, it comes
It was a
out
reggae.
in one of the
Oh, my
first
bad.
cases of this game that there's this band that people like, and Edgeworth doesn't get it because he doesn't know what pop culture is. And Edgeworth really likes that band. I don't remember what they were called. But if I had to wager, I'd say it was maybe the Gaviners.
I think it's Maroon 5.
And maybe
Edgeworth would like Maroon 5. It's the right colour.
there's instruments on the stage for a band called Patrol. So we've got a god band here at the stadium. And then you go to the haunted house, the classic feature of any kind of police-themed venture. The haunted house.
Famous cop-related things. Wild West town with a sheriff. Haunted house.
It's a fucking mess in there. There's shit just completely littered all over the ground. Like, I've never been in a haunted house, but I would imagine that trip hazards would maybe be a thing you would consider when designing one.
We know there's no health and safety in this world.
That's true. Don't even get me started on the ladder positioning later. That pissed me off.
I just think the framing of this is really good, where Edgeworth walks into this haunted house and it's just a single hallway, and then at the end of the hallway is the corpse of a blue badger.
Which is very suspicious.
And he just looks at it and says, I'm not gonna fuck with that, I think.
Oh, a detail that we didn't mention, though, we're wheeling around the extremely garish suitcase from the second case.
Which is really nice. I'm so glad they brought that back.
It's a really good
It's
suitcase.
very loud when you wheel it. I didn't realize this was a feature.
I mean, it's to match his loud decoration.
Yeah. So we go drop it off. The kidnapper's like, all right, get out. So Edgeworth starts to leave, and then the blue badger corpse in the background seemingly gets up and clobbers Edgeworth over the back of the head. It's creepy.
Fucking terrifying as fuck. It's so horrible.
It is specifically the proto badger as well.
Yeah, what is the
with
deal
the
with that?
soulless
Why?
black
Dead
eyes.
eyes.
If every theme park had a mascot of like the original concept of their mascot, I think it wouldn't go anywhere. That's such a weird idea.
It's like something you would at the very least need an established, beloved legacy to even consider doing. But the thing is, the Blue Badger wasn't even a success until the existence of this theme park.
I don't know about that. We see people wearing Blue Badger merch before the theme park exists, I'm pretty sure.
Do we?
I think we see Maggie wearing it, and she was a cop, so...
Yeah, A, she's a cop, and B, there's nothing that says that the theme park didn't exist back in case 1. I don't think it's that brand new. But like, yeah, the Proto Badger is just a weird choice, because as far as I'm aware, like, he only ever looked like that in, like, the early cases of the first Ace Attorney game, and then that's it. And then it got changed to the one that Gumshoe made.
It's like they just have so little Blue Badger content, they've got to just rinse everything they can.
Maybe they just wanted a little freak walking around. Leave them alone.
I guess.
They did.
Also, this huge theme park only has 4 mascots.
And they're only allowed to be in one out at any given time?
Yeah, except for one of them that only comes out for state. It's baffling.
They could have had like zone appropriate thematic mascots. Like maybe in the Wild West zone you've got like Sheriff Snake,
Yeah.
who's like a snake that has handcuffs along his body, and it's funny because he doesn't have any hands to handcuff other people with.
Don't come up with great ideas for cops to use, Ro. Please.
I want to, before we get to the next scene, I do want to talk about the theme park some more, because the design of it is insane to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Also, on the map, it very clearly is an island, which I just never noticed. Didn't even
there's a
register.
boat.
There's literally a boat.
This is like the overworld of a 90s JRPG.
So true.
Like, the only actual Blue Badger themed thing on the entire map, I guess his face is in that flower bed in the bottom right, but there's the hedge in the very middle. Like, they claim that the roller coaster is handcuff shaped, but that doesn't fucking fly to me. I'm sorry. That's
Well,
not
They
true.
said that Gate Waterland made, and it was sponsored by the police department or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe it was like they just weren't that committed to the theme.
And it's like Gatewaterland. So what is it about? Like hotels where people are getting murdered.
Yes.
But they also aren't. That's not the theme either. I mean, it's not
Well,
a theme
there's a
park.
house where someone gets murdered.
That is true.
It's wild that the Gatewater brand has become so prominent, and yet we've never seen the guy from it since the first game.
Well,
I think he shows
Well-
up again, right?
he's yeah. It's heavily implied that he's the guy in the Blue Badger costume later on. Or,
Is it?
I can't remember which one it is.
The Proto Badger, right?
That's the one. Yeah, in the kidnapper's room.
I would never have clocked that. This game loves doing callbacks. I'm surprised they didn't just be like, it's that guy.
Okay, that's all I have to say about Gay Borderland. It's weird. I don't like it.
I would like to say that there was no reason not to have Jake Marshall in this case.
It's true.
They mentioned
every
him.
day I'm on this. Did they?
Well,
They
there's a nod to
allude
him
to
where,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you inspect the cactus in the Wild West land, Edgeworth's like, well, yeah, there was this one room in the police precinct that was just fucking full of cactuses.
Yeah, because this is like the first case that like really references 1.5 in a major way. I don't know if this is like I don't know what order the games were released in.
1.5 definitely came out before this, I think.
Well, yeah, 100%. But like, the question is whether this was the first game that came out after.
I think this came out after Apollo Justice.
I see.
I also believe this.
Like 99% sure of that.
Well, maybe we can look forward to more references to 1.5 in that. But they go fucking ham on it in this case. Okay, let's get back to the... What is this room called? It's called like an isolated room or something.
It's called
The
the
isolation
isolation room, which I don't...
Normal thing to have in a theme park.
What does that mean?
It means
I
they've got a
think it's
fucking
Edgeworth
brig.
being like, I was isolated in here. Oh.
I hope he said that exactly like that.
He did. I heard him.
This room can have no other function other than what it did to me.
Yeah.
So he's tied to a beam. How's he gonna get out of here? Oh wait, there's a weird girl at the window.
The best song you've ever heard starts playing.
And then she jumps down from the window and unties Edgeworth. And we meet Kay Faraday.
Really good name.
She's got a great name. What does everyone think of her character design? I would like to talk about this.
I think it's really good.
It's
The
really
like
good,
pattern
yeah.
on her like shirt is great. Her like big cuffs on her arms are also really good.
Her big key
really
in her
cool.
hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
the key in her hair, the best thing.
And her big scarf, also very good.
I really like, I've said this before about how, like, the character designs change as we go through the series, but it really feels like they got to, like, the point of character design where they were like, we've already been doing, like, pretty standout silhouettes that you would recognise, but we're just going to go even harder with that now. And it's really fun. Lots of nice big shapes and fun things. Really, really good. I think someone said that, like, her facial expressions are, like, not as good as some of the other ones, and I do think that is a fair
Yeah,
thing
I
to
just
say.
kind of wish... I think it's alright in a lot of her overworld sprites, she's very expressive and bouncy, and those are good. But, like, when you're doing the side-by-side investigation conversations, she's just not super expressive in those, which was a little bit of a letdown. Like, it's fine. It serves the function. Maybe she... Like, she's going to be a prominent character, so it's entirely possible she'll get a bunch more things later on. But I was just kind of surprised with how, like, comparatively bland a lot of her expressions were.
I think, like, especially compared to, like, Edgeworth and also Lang, whose, like, expressions have a lot more detail, Kay's sprite feels a lot closer to, like, some of the side characters who are a bit more cartoonish. And then because we see Kay next to Edgeworth so much, I feel like that contrast is really stark.
Mm.
And, yeah, I agree. It would be nice to have a bit more, like, stuff going on with that,
But she's still great.
oh, she's so good. She's so great.
I like her a lot. She's really fun.
She also tells us that she is the Yatagarasu and that she's inherited the title. She is second generation Great Thief and she is here to steal the truth.
Which means we're 100% gonna get some backstory about her dead dad, probably. I don't know.
Anyway, Edgeworth wants to arrest her straight away.
She said she's a thief. That's a crime.
It's okay. She hasn't actually stolen anything yet.
But she loves telling people that she does do crime. Like,
So
as an
funny.
occupation.
She says she's a thief, but
Hera, thievery is a crime.
It's dress for the job you want.
Oh.
Well, she does that Ace Attorney thing of being like, I'm the greatest thief of all time. I've actually not stolen anything yet.
She might have stolen stuff in other places. She just hasn't stolen stuff here.
She says she's not stolen anything yet. She's like, I'm working up to a big theft, but I haven't
biggest.
stolen anything yet.
We find out what she wants to steal later.
Fuck ton of money.
It would be so easy considering who else is in this case.
It would be so easy. Oh my god.
One thing you get some insight onto from as soon as Kay breaks you out of your handcuffs is the Blue Badger extended family, the Blue Badger extended universe.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't just consist of the Blue Badger and the Proto Badger, it also consists of the Girl Badger and the one with a gun.
The crime badger.
The bad
A
badger?
vile,
Yes.
yeah.
The Badger.
A vile criminal with a gun.
In
That phrasing's so
Sane.
funny.
vile criminal with a gun!
He looks exactly the same as the Blue Badger. Like, he has exactly the same silhouette. He just has a gun.
He just has a goatee and a gun.
No, he also has
And
pants.
he's the only one wearing trousers,
Yeah.
which is
Oh, yeah.
Right, but you wouldn't be able
Important
to
to the
tell
plot.
that just from the
Don't apply
silhouette.
Donald Duck logic to this. You can. He's got one of those big stupid waistbands. But yeah, the idea of a mascot at a theme park having a gun and that gun being capable of firing blanks is so funny. Could you imagine
Such a fucked
like
up world.
being that guy in that job and just like literally being able to pretend to shoot at kids?
Yeah, I mean, they
so
definitely
fucked.
hire an ex-cop for that one.
Oh,
God damn.
God. No, because it would be Maggie's next job, and she's definitely not allowed to do that because she will kill someone. Fucking hell, with her luck.
Well, I think the level of incompetence is sort of amplified by the fact that one of the other people in those Blue Badger suits is Michael fucking Meekins.
Who just drops his gun in the theme park with children in it.
Yeah, well, how many cops do we know in this series, right? We know Mike, who dropped his gun in a crowded theme park. We know Gumshoe, who tries to give away his gun to children at every possible opportunity. Like,
Maggie, who's the unluckiest girl in the
it's on
world.
theme.
Yeah.
We know,
Isn't Buddy Faith a cop?
he's
oh yeah.
Well, he dies.
he's
is his
technically not
thing,
dead yet, I guess.
Yeah, but he's a cop.
I guess.
He should have come to work at Gatewaterland, then he would still be alive.
No, oh god. Would he?
Would he? I don't know.
Somehow he'd die, I think. We do our first little investigation with Kay, trying to figure out how to get out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Edgeworth has to inspect every suspicious nook and cranny.
Yeah.
A phrase
Start-
we'll see a lot of.
Starting to get a little old, that one.
I
There's a
cannot
lot
hear
of
that
suspicious
phrase.
nooks and crannies out there.
We have to apply a piece of logic that is so esoteric and difficult in this investigation. I don't know how anyone could have done this back in the day.
What? Wait, what?
You have to figure out that the key that you find on the wall goes in the lock that you find on the floor. It's really hard.
Okay. She's making a silly joke.
It's just I think the logic system is used really well in a lot of places.
It's so
but
funny
this
when it
is
does-
like,
yeah.
come the fuck on. There's a big top
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, big old top.
Sorry, Devin, go on.
No, I was going to just say, yeah, it's just the contrast of, like, some of the logic leaps are really bizarre, and then some of them are just, like, you didn't even know you'd made a logical assumption because it's so fucking obvious.
Yeah, it's calling it a leap is like you took a step, if that.
It's made even funnier by the fact that Edgeworth says shit like Eureka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still
I
get the
finally
big
figured
flashy
out the
animation
final
every time.
piece of this puzzle. The grand revelation that's
Goes
going to
in
free
the
us from our
lock.
confines of keys can be used to, in fact, open doors. Goddamn. My own genius is astounding to behold.
Yeah, I need to stop and really take stock of this moment, because I don't know if I'm ever going to figure something
don't know.
else out like this again.
I don't
I
know
had to
if I'm
walk
ever
through, I'm
gonna
not gonna
do
lie.
I
any
think I've
better
peaked.
than this.
There is a lot of really fun room logic in this case, and it starts by you peering into the next room over and realizing that it is identical to the one you were in. And from that, you can deduct that there is a trapdoor on the ground that then hooks onto the beam that you were tied to.
And there's a cool ladder in it.
Alright, complain about a ladder.
Please.
My only complaint about the ladder is that they prop it up like so close to the wall that shit it's not safe. It's gonna fall. You need someone to prop it up, and in that case, like, why didn't you just like have Edgeworth just lift Kay up?
Why do you even need a ladder when you can just jump in and out?
Oh, of the trapdoor? It seemed like it was pretty high up. We don't go down there, but Kate made it seem like it was pretty high up.
She can just jump in and out. She's the great thief Yatagarasu.
She can jump
does
pretty
do that.
high.
Yeah.
But not high enough, it seems.
It's true.
Not high enough to get out of the window she came in.
So glad that ladder was movable, though. Good grief.
We used the
Sure.
ladder to prop it up against the wall and climb out of the hole that we've been stuck in.
Yeah. Also, one other thing before we leave. Edgeworth's phone was on the ground. It is a brick. I don't know if we've gotten a good look at it before, but it is literally just like a regular brick phone. We're fully in the flip phone age. We see a slide phone later. Like, we're really at the point of not smartphones, a regular phone innovation. Well, we're getting there, though.
So good.
We're going to see a
love the
touchscreen
future.
soon.
They were called mobile phones back in the day. They used to call it the wireless.
Oh.
Yeah, my mobile receiver that
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
carrying
no.
out. That's what Edgeworth calls it.
I think Edgeworth should have one of those big fucking bulky ones back from the era where they thought using your mobile phone too much would give you, like, ear cancer.
I feel like he should just have like a falcon that he ties messages to the leg of.
Yeah.
Speaking of the phone, we call Gumshoe and he tells us, "Oh, I've managed to lock down the park. Don't worry about it. No one's going in or out. But also, it wasn't me. It was Interpol, and everything's fucked." Sorry.
Interpol back.
How did he fuck up this bad?
I don't think this is on him.
Yeah, this is
No,
just
I'm willing to blame
authority,
him at
right?
every opportunity.
Oh,
I'm in the
okay,
Edgeworth
alright.
mindset.
Okay. Well, I guess you gotta be if you want to be good at investigating, right?
Right, exactly.
We route around and also find a bunch of boxes which would have had badger costumes in, except they're not here. There's some strange stuff about the pink badger and I was gonna say the pink panther, the pink badger and her gender stuff, whatever.
Now, the Pink Panther is gender.
So true. Not the pink badger though.
No, the Pink Badger is something worse.
Do you want to say what that is? I would love to know.
The Pink Badger wears a sash that says "Tough Love" on it, which I think is also not really an appropriate thing for walks around with handcuffs. They do does the Pink Badger has a sash that reads "Tough Love," not really presenting the sort of appropriate, approachable, friendly vibe that I'd want from a mascot at a children's theme park.
Yeah, valid.
I don't want there to be a situation where kids go to theme park and they do a little roughhousing. They get up to a little mischief as kids want to do. And then Pink Badger sees them, locks eyes with them, locks their big, vapid, expressionless dead eyes with them, runs at terrifying speeds for something in such a bulky costume and says, you are going to jail for this one. You are going to the isolation chamber for this crime that you've done. Why? Because I believe in tough love. And you will not learn unless you're appropriately punished for a little bit of horseplay in my turf. That is the Gate Waterland Hotel, Resort and Theme Park.
What is the line about the Pink Badger from the previous games? Isn't it just that she just exists to be
She's
romantic
just the Blue
interest?
Badger's wife.
Right, yeah.
The old ball and chain.
The old handcuffs.
Yeah, the handcuffs, to be clear, is not like just like an accessory that is being carried around. She is wearing it on her wrist.
Yeah,
So
because
awful.
they were handcuffed together, remember?
I
God.
never realised she had that in my entire life. Does this mean they're divorced? What's going on?
Yes.
Well, it's because Blue Badger cares more about justice than the Pink Badger. It's like every cop movie on Earth. The guy's divorced and then
He's
they
married to the job.
have a tryst or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink badger and the proto badger are hooking up.
Oh god, so good.
Either a cop has a traumatic backstory because he got divorced, or he has a traumatic backstory because he shot a kid.
Sometimes
and
both.
or he has a
Sometimes both.
homoerotic tension with the villain.
I mean, they're so alike.
Yeah. Thinking a little bit about Mads Mikkelsen in, what was it, Skyfall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Mads was Casino Royale.
Thank you. There we go. That.
Vile criminal with a gun. Okay.
Let's go to the Wild
So
West.
what's outside of this room?
Let's get out of the isolation chamber.
Edgeworth takes a
And
step
into the
out
Wild
of the
Wild West.
isolation chamber and goes straight to the Wild Wild West and says, "Wow, it's like I've been transported back in time. I must have been kidnapped and thrown in a time machine and transported back in time to the Wild Wild West."
And then Kay said, "Don't worry, you're at a theme park."
Yeah, and Edgeworth takes a deep sigh and just said, "Jesus Christ, thank God, I was really scared for a minute there."
And before he's had chance to recover from the emotional shock, 100 policemen are right there.
100 cops.
100 cops, and someone is possibly counting them all.
1, 2, 3.
He counts them faster than that. It's a big deal how fast he can count.
Yeah, but he's much better at his job than I am.
I see.
He's had so much practice of counting policemen.
Say hi to the wolf pack.
Oh my god, I'm so ready to say hi to the wolf and the wolf pack. It happens. We meet another new character.
We got another new character.
I love him. I fucking love him.
There's always one guy in one of these games where I look at them and say, "Hey, you're cool as fuck."
He could be on this podcast because he too is cool as fuck.
He is cool as fuck.
Oh my god. This is Interpol agent Shilong Lang. The character design of all fucking time.
He's so
There's so
sick.
much going on.
He's so sick. Describe his character, Devin, in lurid detail.
God, I can't do it justice. I cannot do it justice. Okay, so first of all, God, I mean, what hits you first, really, is the question. He's wearing this, like, fur-trimmed leather jacket with, like, a cool-looking dragon up the fucking sleeve. And that's one thing. And then he has his hair, which is, like, kind of, like, flicked up at the sides. And there is no other way to describe this hairstyle. But also it's kind of mullety at the back. It's a real look.
It's wolf
His
face.
eyebrows... Oh my
Devin.
god.
Did you know that the blue badger is called that because he looks like a bat?
No, I didn't know anything. I'm just a confused green guy.
Green?
Yeah, from the big robot. Anyway.
Oh. This is a callback to something that happened several hours ago in our group chat.
Oh god, okay, so he's got hair that looks like wolf ears, something I said and no one had to tell me about. His fucking eyebrows connect to his hairline. He's wearing these sunglasses that like crisscross his face.
These fucking
He's
sunglasses.
Hera
He's
loves these
re-
sunglasses.
He's ridiculous. He's got pointy teeth. He's got fucking sideburns. I can't cope with this character design. All of it is ridiculous and all of it is immaculate. Like, I love
Awesome.
it so much. It's
And he's
so
got
great.
a really good theme as well.
Oh my fucking god, his theme song is one of the greatest things to exist in the world. I've been waiting for this theme song to grace all of our ears since we started this playthrough, and I'm so glad we're at this moment. Hera, I hear you have some things to say about some sunglasses.
What? I feel like I got a better grip on them, like, as the case continued. But it's like the cross feels like it's designed purely to like justify the whack hair part that produces the ears.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because initially when I looked at them, I thought it was like a strap, like
No.
it was like he tied them on. But no, it's like a plastic mold, I guess.
It's like what do you call it? They're like suction cups.
That's awful. I
Best
love it. It's
explanation
such
for how
a,
they
like...
stay on his face that I can think of.
Every time he takes the glasses off, there's like a
Oh no! Awful. Oh god. It's such a yes and character design. It's just someone was like, I don't fucking care anymore. I'm having the best time of my life. None of this makes sense. This isn't something you could do in a live action film because what is happening? And
they
I
drew
loved
his
it.
face and they said, give him a leather jacket, and they said yes, and they said put fur on that leather jacket, and they said yes, and they said put a fucking golden dragon on that leather jacket, and they said yes, and then it said when you see him in full body, I want him to have a sick decal down the side of his denim jeans, and they said fuck yes.
Does he have a chain? I think he has a chain in the full body thing, which is also really good. Also, his facial expressions are just great. It is
so
the
good.
polar opposite of like, yeah. Oh, he doesn't have a chain. I lied. Really, really, really good facial expressions.
He oozes confidence in the kind of way that I really love, where he's just really feeling himself. He knows he's hot shit, and the way that he talks to other people is so entertaining.
He also oozes confidence in that way, which is like, I believe in this, and this is how I care about this thing, and then does so much contradictory bullshit and doesn't even like acknowledge it. It's fantastic.
He doesn't need
He like
to.
the first time you meet him, he's like, every person is a valuable human being, and he goes on about this and how like people are, you know, great, and then he just continues to speak to Edgeworth like he's a piece of shit and will arrest anybody that he thinks looks suspicious.
Because Edgeworth's
He's great.
a filthy prosecutor.
Well, he's against the
would say
cops
that?
being numbered 1 to 100. He says, in my mind, everyone is number 1.
Him and
so
Von
stupid.
Karma
I
would
love
have
it.
like the most insane beef you've ever seen.
Well, maybe they do.
Well, he's dead.
Oh
So.
god.
Oh, that Von Karma. Okay.
Then he's like growling at people. That's normal, and he also exchanges business cards with Edgeworth, which means that they're friends now, apparently. Except not.
It's really good
they hate
because
each other.
he's a complete asshole to Edgeworth, but he's like, we're still gonna do introductions the civil and legitimate way. Walks up to him, takes out his business card, bows. Edgeworth does the same thing in return. I said the rituals have begun, and boy howdy are they intricate.
He has his own slogan. Not so fast. That's what he likes to say while pointing.
It's really fucking good.
He also keeps referring to the courts as being this kind of like supremely good, trimmed, like nice, like play acting at justice kind of thing, which is hilarious given what we know about the courts. And keeps calling Edgeworth pretty boy. Something else he keeps saying.
What do you mean by that?
Probably nothing.
It's just nothing. He's just making a comment, isn't he? Really, it's fine to say that to people.
I think there's something interesting going on here because pretty soon after this, we also learn what Kay's deal is as well. And so we have this setup here where Kay is like, the thing that I want to steal is the truth. And it's like, we don't quite know what that means. But we have that, and then we have Edgeworth doing Edgeworth's whole thing, which is that he spent 3 games being like, I've decided that maybe being a prosecutor is about, like, finding out what actually happened in a crime. Maybe that's important. And then we have Lang, who is like, the courts are just play acting, and the only way to find the truth is through police work, ? And then we later find out he just arrests anybody he wants. So we have, like, these 3 dynamics towards this theme that has been running through the trilogy as well. And that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's not just that he arrests anyone he wants, it's that he believes with so much certainty that the first person he finds suspicious has to be the killer, that, like, nothing else should even matter at that point.
Interesting. I wonder if this is a comparison to some things that have happened in the past.
Yeah. Right?
And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have Kay being like, what if crime was the answer, actually? It's really interesting.
That's really interesting.
Also, he has a cool assistant, his secretary, who assists him on investigations, called Sheena. They're from Zengfar, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that.
We did not.
I think this guy is kind of a dork, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Oh god,
that's great.
absolutely. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's a complete dipshit. He's an asshole and he sucks. And I love him.
It's really funny because, like, oh, go on.
No, go on, don't.
I was just gonna say about this thing about, like, Edgeworth going through his truth arc, and then, like, I don't know, Phoenix also being someone who's just like, I'm gonna meet my client once and decide whether they're guilty or innocent or not, doing the, like, instinct thing, and Lang also doing the instinct thing, and it's just like, actually, logic was the right choice all along, and it's like, well, I don't know if that's really right either, but this game is, like, so generous to Edgeworth's character that they just want to make everyone else look worse than him.
I mean, like, Edgeworth's logic does get Phoenix out of a lot of scrapes also.
That is true. Which is, like, I kind of want him to be more logical in this thing. Like, again, like, they just keep... There's, like, points where Edgeworth just, like, continues to, like, trust people just because, and I'm like, I think you can still get to the same point by him just being like, I trust people because I trust the logic and not the other way around. Instead, he's very much like, I don't know, Lauren confesses later on in the case, and he's just like, I just feel like I should keep going with this case because I don't think it's actually sorted yet, and I don't know. I feel like they could really push the fact that, like, he trusts people only through, like, evidence. And
He was very
fine.
like that in case 2 as well with Rhoda, because there wasn't really any reason that original Phoenix Wright Edgeworth wouldn't have just been like, yeah, she did kill that guy.
Yeah. And again, I don't think it really, it doesn't, yeah, it's just a very different interpretation of Edgeworth, I think. Which is fine, and I also enjoy this one, but it's like, be a prick! Be awful! And again, it, like, I've just been thinking about this a lot, but, like, also because the sense of humour in this game is slightly different, it's not as mean-spirited. I do think having Edgeworth being more of a prick would actually be funnier around, like, a lot of characters who are maybe also less mean. I don't know. I think there's a fun contrast they could have done there, but they didn't.
So, we get put in timeout here by Lang.
Uh-oh.
And we're about to meet the, what is the wording? The director of a powerful Zaibatsu.
Couldn't translate that one, untranslatable.
There's no direct translation for Zaibatsu, that's why.
I am.
Just like Keikaku.
Just like Keiko.
Who wants to describe Ernest Armano?
He's Mr. Big Bucks. He's got the big fucking bucks.
It's got so many bugs.
This man just sort of waddles onto screen while you're in the middle of a conversation with Lang, I think. And he's wearing, like, a black kimono, and he's got a waistband, which just has wads and wads of cash stuffed into it.
Yeah.
And his like, animation for when he's nervous is just him looking down, and instead of twiddling his thumbs, he's just flipping through one of his massive wads of bills. He's got a big mustache. He's basically got the Heihachi hair. But his character trait is that he's really trying his hardest to get everyone to calm down.
Yeah.
It's really funny every time it happens, where there's just, like, a really long pause, and Ernest is just like, now then.
So good.
It's revealed that this guy was the benefactor of Miles's trip to Europe. Now, it's not actually clear which, like, when this was. Was it the most recent trip? Because it says that the trip was, like, a studying trip where Edgeworth got some insight into how the court worked in Germany.
I imagine Edgeworth has been to Europe a lot of times, but that particular line does make it sound like it would have been one of the first times he went to Europe. But he also said it's because he's buddies with Manfred von Karma, which implies that it would be after Edgeworth had already been taken in by him.
Yeah. And he also says, hey, you ever want to go to Europe again? Just let me know.
This guy loves Manfred.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing.
Nothing
to do.
suspicious about this.
How do you love Manfred? Like, How do you love Manfred? Like, even if you were just... You would be like, you could say you respect him. Love him is wild.
It's
I don't know
very
if you said
interesting.
exactly that, but...
Because he's kind of presented as like a kind of a favorable character for a lot of this case, but the stuff he says is so suspicious. Also, something that I skipped over by accident is that Gumshoe arrives and meets Kay and does not like her.
No.
It's because he wants to be the weird girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Extremely very suspicious and very jealous of Kay.
He does not get to be the weird girl because it's clearly time for us to introduce Kay as the weird girl.
And then he gets dragged
And
away,
he gets
kicking and
dragged
screaming.
away. Yeah.
It's really funny.
The fact that they drag him away to work on the case is so fucking funny.
They have a custom animation for two cops grabbing Gumshoe by either arm and pulling him away, and he's kicking his feet, screaming, saying that he wants to be the weird girl.
You know this is not the only time they've had to just drag Gumshoe away kicking and screaming when he's following Edgeworth around.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Nice thing about Kay being the weird girl, she, like, actually keeps up with Edgeworth. And, like, don't get me wrong, figuring out that a key goes in a lock is not, like, much. But if Gumshoe had been in that room, he'd be like, wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you're so amazing at figuring out these crazy things, like a key goes in a lock. And even, like, Maya, as like, weird girl, often is just, like, Phoenix will think something, not communicate it to Maya, and then Maya's like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. Let's go get burgers. It's just nice that, like, Kay actually feels like she's part of it, of the investigation, and not just, like, comedy relief.
It's a really good dynamic. Like, I feel like the Edgeworth Gumshoe dynamic felt a bit flat, and my feeling as well is that it feels like Kay has been introduced, like, in case 3, it feels a little late, since he seems so important. Especially knowing that, spoilers, like, next case is a flashback, we're not gonna have this dynamic again until presumably case 5.
Well, yeah, no, that might be that the weird girl for the next case is like a 9-year-old Kay.
Maybe, but it won't be the same.
It won't be the same.
Kay is really invested in the Badger photo shoot thing, which is really fun.
It's really good.
Badger, get! And then she
Badger,
jumps
get.
and she says, yippee!
And she jumps so high.
She's a really good at
Because she's the Yatagarasu.
Yeah.
I think she could have jumped out of that room. I think she could have actually done that.
She just needed a badger in there to take a photo of, and then she could have cleared that gap easy.
Honestly.
Hey, who is this Badger?
Is it the blue badger? It is, isn't it?
It is the blue badger.
We have already talked about this.
This badger is the blue badger.
And she steals his head.
And Mr. Meekins is inside.
Oh, Mr. Meekins. What's really funny is I can't remember what... I know I was favourable about him in 1.5, but I've forgotten why.
It's because he's so fucking pathetic.
And it's not come back to me.
I forgot
so
how
pathetic.
weird he looks.
Yeah, I do distinctly remember us literally making fun of the shape of his head when we first introduced him. Because he is a hexagon.
He really is a hexagon.
Thankfully, he doesn't have the megaphone. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Completely turn around on Mike Meekins now that he doesn't have that fucking thing on him.
Yeah, and now he's just a peddler of dreams. A seller of hope and wishes. The way he
I'm kidding, he
talks
still
about
sucks.
this shit,
He's so pathetic.
the way that's what we want. The way he talks about selling children dreams is like the way it's written is so strange.
In what way, bro?
Well, it's just like he's selling like ice cream and candy and stuff, but he refuses to refer to it in those terms. I need to pull up what it says in the transcript because it's really funny.
But we meet another mascot earlier who also talks about that. What's weird about Mike Meekins is that this is not his job.
No, it's not, is it? He's a policeman. He's supposed to be patrolling.
Yeah, he's here to investigate the kidnapping, but decided to enter into a disguise. Was this done with permission from the park? Because he should be the only blue badger out and he sees another one, but we find out later that one's also not supposed to be out, and we know there's only 2 costumes for each one.
Yeah, presumably he was given permission to do this. But then the bellboy the proto-badger we meet later doesn't seem to know about it, so...
What a weird plot point.
It's so bizarre. They literally just wanted to be like, how can we put this character in?
Yeah.
We'll put him in
We're
a
gonna get
costume for 3
1-5
seconds and then
characters
reveal it. Yeah. And it wasn't Jake Marshall.
That was not Jake Marshall, sadly.
It could have been Angel Starr. And yeah.
Well, she's hit the big
Angel
time.
Starr selling lunchboxes for kids? Like, hell yeah.
She doesn't sell the lunchboxes anymore. She's the, CEO. She sits behind a big desk.
I kind of love that for her, to be honest.
Girl boss.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike, get out of the way. You're standing in front of a garage door. We want to see inside this door.
Surely there's nothing in there.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
There's a dead body here. Ah, fuck.
it has to be a murder case.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I was told that this was going to be the turnabout of kidnapping. It said it on the
Sorry,
cover.
buddy.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, one more Mike thing. You can show, damn near every character in this case your badge, and they'll have unique dialogue. Meekins says, it's incredibly shiny, but it has a really ugly shape,
Rude.
which is why he went for the police badge instead.
He was going to be a prosecutor?
I guess he based his whole career choice based on the shape of the badge that he would have gotten.
Yeah, fair.
Ernest tells us that the family butler is missing Oliver Deacon.
It's not missing anymore.
Oh, we just found him.
We just found him.
There he is.
This is the point in the case where he tells us about the butler that we stopped the clock. I figured it out.
I figured it out way before this, just for the record. Minute 1, I was like, it's going to be someone in a blue badger suit.
Okay. I said, personally, I think the son is faking it. There's also a thing, I think it's if you show your badge to Ernest, you have a little conversation about Manfred. And the snippet I got from that is where Ernest says, I think you are Manfred's true successor. I really do.
That's...
Awful.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable conversation.
So bad on so many levels. It's really bad on so many fucking levels.
We love an extremely efficient piece of writing.
God. You know that guy who killed your dad and then lied to you about it and tried to get you killed for murder? You're just like him.
You're his true successor. And the thing is, it's fine because nobody else wants to be his true successor, really badly, so...
Oh, God.
Pretty fucked up.
Pretty fucked up.
Awful.
I also skipped over the bit where Kay insists on being Edgeworth's assistant, and he's like, no, I don't want that. And she keeps pushing, and he's like, well, I guess I'll drop it.
If you're annoying enough, you can get everything you could possibly want.
Thing is, you simply cannot stop a word girl from following you around.
It's
true.
what they were born to do.
Okay, we got a body. Oh, also, Mike, we figure out that the kidnappers were wearing blue badger costumes. Or badger costumes, specifically.
Well, they're all blue and they're all badges.
One of them's pink.
One of them's pink, but...
Pink.
So, find the body. There's a cool locket.
It's a horse.
Oh.
That's how you know this guy was supposed to be dead in the
Hunts.
Wild West area.
It's true. On the back of the locket, it says Colin Devore.
Well, that's interesting, right?
Probably
It's a
just
different
reading
name than
it.
what we thought this guy was told to have had.
Yeah, it's really... It has all the same letters in it, though.
Oh, well, that kind of
Maybe
happens.
they're really good friends.
So maybe they just made a mistake when they made the pendant.
So easily done. Sometimes when I'm making pendants, I drop all my letters and they end up in the wrong order.
Yeah. This guy been shot?
Ow. But there's no blood here.
There's no blood.
So.
Has 2 bullet wounds, one in his, abdomen, which is presumed to be the entry wound, and one at, the back of his shoulder, which is the exit wound. Mm-hmm. Kind of a weird angle.
Really weird angle.
And that's it.
Yeah, then we think really hard for a bit, and I can't remember what we figure out.
This guy got shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we think really hard. We see the bullet wound. Really furrow our brows.
It's good to know that we're on the same, like, level of investigative quality as Interpol.
It is. It really is. Then we meet a new character.
We meet a new
Again.
character.
I love her. She's ridiculous. She could have been better, but she's funny, man. We're talking about Lauren. Lauren Pops. I took a picture of her going, oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. And it really made me chuckle.
This is bad.
Awful.
Sorry, this one's gay.
Yeah. He didn't take any of that in. This is Lauren. She is Lance's girlfriend / maybe fiance, unclear. And
Well, she's got the ring.
It's not unclear. She's got the ring.
she's got the ring, but then she keeps being like, maybe we're boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm not sure. Anyway, she sees Edgeworth and is immediately like, oh no, but he's hot. Which is just so stupid and funny to me. And then she's reminding herself that she loves Lance.
She's such a goofy character.
She's so silly. She's like, has Lance been kidnapped? And Edgeworth's like, you're not supposed to know that, but yes. Which, again, I just feel like Edgeworth wouldn't do that. He'd be like, I'm not going to tell you, but somehow would insinuate that he's dead without meaning to, and then she would have a breakdown. That feels like much more accurate to his character, but there we go.
Want to talk more about her design?
Yeah, why not?
She kind of looks like she's wearing like a maid outfit, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's just a black and white dress, it seems like. But I immediately was like, oh, she's another like staff member at the house, but that's not true.
Do you think they're trying to hint at her relationship with Oliver?
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
She has a pink bandana with yellow polka dots on it,
Really good.
and she has a plaster or a band-aid on her elbow.
And she's got a big ring.
She's got a big lollipop ring that she licks. The reason it caught me so off guard is that she licks it, and the animation was like 2 frames at the very beginning of like a conversation, and I was like, "What was that?" I must have been looking away from the screen. That's basically it. There's just this woman with a somewhat nebulous relationship to the kidnap party.
Yeah, I kind of felt like her character could have been more funny / interesting if she was just like, I'm married to this like guy who's kind of a selfish prick really at the end of it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hard to say. And then actually she kind of knows that and she's just like always got one foot out the door looking at the men, but they don't even commit to that bit, so
She's
a
very
waste.
one note.
yeah.
It's just a very funny note.
It made me laugh.
Yeah. It's like at any given minute she is capable of being swept off her feet to the point where it borders on cartoonish, as if she always needs to be within a certain distance of a fainting chair lest she's overcome by her compulsions. It's just extremely funny. She is like a character stuck out of time that belongs in like a Jane Austen novel.
I think that's why I love her. Also, Kay sees this and is like, that person is 2D. It's like, yep. They didn't write that character much better than that.
Oh, yeah.
Lang
Here
shows
comes the
up.
wolf.
Oh, and before he even arrives on screen, you get his music every single time. It's so great.
It's really good.
It's really good.
He shows up. He takes a look in the garage. He's like, yep, this guy's dead.
It's so funny.
That guy's really dead.
He is literally aura farming. He comes in with a just army of goons and just looks at Edgeworth and says, don't fucking worry about it. Interpol's gonna take over from here. Yep. That guy's dead as hell. So fucking good.
I love him so much.
He then glances to his right, says, hey, this Mike Meekins guy, he was closest to the scene of the crime. Arrest him. Job done.
See all this boo-boo bear within the ass.
So good. And then Edgeworth goes, hang on a minute, that doesn't seem right. Can we, consider investigating? And Lang goes, I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field.
I literally don't give a shit about anything that you think about the legal process. You are
This
dirt
was the
to
point
me, my guy.
where I went, you are my enemy. We are going to meet
It's
out on the
unnecessary
battlefield of
feelings,
ideas.
too.
I really like whenever... It's a really good bit that whenever Lang needs a document or a scroll to support his claims, he just looks to the side and is like, hey, Sheena, can you bring me that thing? Then Sheena just slides
And she just
into
slides
frame
in.
with the document on
When
hand.
she brings the scroll, there's no... He doesn't ask for it. He
He just
like,
puts his hand out to
gestures.
his side.
Yeah. And she slides in.
Oh my
It's
god.
so fucking good.
It's so good. It's so good. They had so much fun with the sprites in this game. I'm so glad it's formatted this way.
You know what I've just realized? You know what Sheena reminds me of? And this is going to be one just for Jay and Hera. Remember in the York New City arc when Kurapika disguised himself as a girl?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, Edgeworth says he doesn't give a shit as to whether Mike Meekins lives or dies.
I mean,
But he does
That's
care
fair.
about the truth.
He cares about the truth. He just doesn't care about the guy.
This is the Edgeworth I know and love.
Okay, this is where Mike Meekins starts saying weird shit about selling dreams, because he says he talks about selling dreams, and someone's like, "What do you mean by that?" And he says, "Sweetless like you've never known, except in dreams, Mom, like innocence drops."
Sir, are you
What are you
okay?
talking about? Shaking him by his shoulders. Just what the fuck are you talking about? There's been a
I
murder.
don't think this guy should be a police officer.
I don't think... He should be a prosecutor instead, I think.
Huh.
His writing
so
is so
deranged.
fucking good during this entire conversation. Because they're talking about, oh, he was trying to get away from this scenario, but he was getting swarmed by children because he was in costume. And he said, to be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I had to run away from the children's painful drop kicks.
Oh, God.
He's so pathetic.
I also low-key like the idea that all the children love the Bad Badger the most, and they're just like, we're gonna fight everything and everyone.
We have our first debate of the case here.
Woo. It's about time.
It's very easy because Lang is so gung-ho. He claims that Meekins killed this guy. We, not here, he didn't. He then claims that Meekins used the blue magic mill to move the body. But the blue magic mill is right here. There's no tire tracks. So apparently it rained. There's no time mentioned in this entire case. The time period was the time it was raining.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
all you
it.
get. The time it was raining versus the time that you left your isolation room. Those are the
The
two
thing
moments.
is
of time.
Gatewater Land is actually limbo, and this is where all the characters go before they move on to the afterlife properly. And that's why there's so many throwback characters, because they're all just meeting in the afterlife.
Now,
Wow.
no, this would also
That's
explain
deep.
why it's on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Gatewaterland is, yeah. No, I'm incorporating that into my belief system.
Okay, that's it. Lang kicks us out, says, go away, we're going to investigate here. CSI's coming
Specifically, he
down.
says, "Be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight."
Oh, my apologies.
Fancy boy.
My fancy boy.
So stupid. I love a himbo.
Okay, where are we? We're just entering Act 2, right?
We're going to the main gate because Lang has kicked us out of the Wild Wild West.
I'm like, finally, I get to explore this cool bridge.
No, you fucking don't. You have one snippet of a conversation with Kay, and then you go to the stadium. But that snippet of conversation is really funny to me. Because Kay...
Gumshoe arrives here, also.
Oh yeah, Gumshoe does also arrive here. But Kay does mention that this is also something that happened before. Is when the body was revealed, Edgeworth makes note of the fact that Kay is sort of shocked by seeing a dead body.
Yeah, perfectly normal reaction.
Yeah, perfectly normal reaction. And in this following conversation, now that you've left the area, Kay says, there's one thing that a thief should never steal. To which Edgeworth says, I kind of disagree with anything that you do. Really, I kind of think the whole thieving in general thing is bad, but okay, go on. And she is talking about taking a human life.
Well, it's like a hierarchy of crime, right? Like, you can't be a murderer and a thief. You're just a murderer at that point.
Yeah, like, pick a lane.
Yeah. Like, if you kill someone and then rob them, like, no one talks about the robbing. You killed someone. Then Gumshoe arrives and says, quick, before they come and get me, you need to go to the stadium. They found a witness.
And then they do come and get him, yeah.
MIB grab Gumshoe by
They
the
don't
scruff of
drag
his
him
neck.
this time. They only escort him,
Yeah.
but
He's trying so hard to help out, but he's not allowed.
yeah.
He's not allowed to help. But also, people seem to like him. Like, I can't
Yeah.
remember what gets said, but there's a few things where people are like, oh, Gumshoe, we love him.
He does. He
Yeah.
uses his sway a little bit later
Yeah.
on.
Now that the Blue Badger has sort of transcended its position as the local precinct mascot, Gumshoe has now taken up that mantle.
Yeah.
True.
So we go to the stadium.
And if Gumshoe can't be a weird girl,
Who can?
someone who weird girled like the best of them, Hera.
I don't know who you could be talking about.
It's Emma.
I was actually talking
It's
about.
Master
Oh.
It's all fine.
I don't know who that is. She looks so good in this game. She looks all grown
Great.
up.
It's really good because she's, what, 19 in this? Or 20?
16, I think.
Not in this. No, she's 19 in this, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I
Time
think
has passed
so.
since we saw her when she was 16. I remember.
Yeah, but like the fact that she looks a lot more grown up in this just sort of makes her model from 1.5 also better just by having them both. Because it's very rare that in instances where, like in the original Ace Attorney games, like Maya aged up 3 years across the course of that series and did not visually change whatsoever, because it probably would have been a bit weird just having that, considering the fact that the art style doesn't change at all. But like having this to compare it to Emma when she was like a little teen is just fun and good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I knew there was a weird ninja girl in this series of video games, but I kind of thought that Emma would have a bigger role in this case, but she's just kind of there.
She's a cameo.
She's just...
Although
She's
notably,
truly just kind of there.
she did also track you here, like Kay did. She says that she waited for Edgeworth at the airport, and when she didn't find him, she used the device to track his footprints all the way to the theme park. She's the weirdest girl to ever do it, I think.
I love her.
Is this theme park in walking distance of the airport then?
Clearly.
I'm gonna say no.
Because that would mean the airport is very close to the sea.
Yeah, that's also true. I don't know about that one.
I mean, like, okay, well, Emma's here. Is she the witness?
No.
Nah.
No. And then we get approached by the pink badger.
I love that
Aw.
in both mine and Hera's notes, it looks like we clocked who the pink badger was gonna be at around the exact same time.
Who's...
Well,
that
it's
woman?
like, okay, we're
That knows
we're
that
playing
show.
the hits. We had Mike Meekins as the first badger. Who are they possibly going to bring back as the pink badger? It's going to be a woman, obviously. There's no one else it could possibly be other than Wendy Oldback.
I wish she still had her gun.
I miss Overgarden so much.
That was her peak design era.
She's here.
Hey.
She has my favorite interaction with the badge, which I haven't been making notes of everyone's thing with the badge, but her thing with the badge is like, is not actually the badge. It's if you show her anything that she doesn't care about. She says, show me anything and I'll tell you all about it. And you show her, and she says, it's nothing special. And it's really funny if you do that with the badge. She just doesn't care.
Gumshoe looks quite different in some ways with his new sprite compared to his old one, but Meekins and Old Bag I feel right somehow in ways I cannot put into words. I'm like, yeah, good update. All is well.
Here's the other thing about Wendy Oldbag that we know from experience, is that when she says she saw something happen, she is usually blanketing that with a thick layer of lies.
But she's not the most reliable witness we've ever
Never has been.
had.
She usually sees something
Yeah.
that is vaguely useful, but I don't know if she did in this case. I guess it was kind of useful to know where people were stood. I guess. She basically sees, like, two people, one of whom shoots the other. Then we find out that she can't describe what they look like because they were in costume, and also she was really far away, so she doesn't know who was in which costume. And it's revealed that, like, the stage was set up while the shooting happened, which explains the angle of the shot. But then, is it now that Lang shows up and he gets, like, 1 million people to build a stage in 3 seconds?
Well, before that, we have to be introduced to one of the core gimmicks of this particular case, and also Kay Faraday as a character.
Yeah.
Which is her funny little toy.
Ah.
It's her
We are in the
phone.
flip phone era.
It's the slide phone.
It's the slide
I've
phone.
never seen a phone that looks like this before.
Did you have one of these? I had a slide phone.
No, I had a BlackBerry.
Oh.
Before that, I had one of those old Nokia phones that everyone had.
We're introduced to the Little Thief. A cute, fun device which can form full-scale holograms, projections, just based on whatever information you input.
You can just say shit
Absolutely
to this
incredible.
phone, and it makes a fully realized holographic recreation of it. Somehow.
This is really cool, because now we can do crime scene recreations of the moment of the murder.
It's basically like this game's Batman Vision, Detective Vision.
Yeah, except this was like, I don't remember when Asylum came out.
This was before, this was first.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we realise that the position of who was stood where is kind of wrong, because you just see this, like, projection of a person cut in half by the stage. It's like, well, they must have been stood on the stage.
Wait, they came out the same year.
Really? That's crazy.
They both came out in 2009. That's crazy. Sorry.
You good?
The investigation here, hang on, I took notes on this. There's no blood here, is the first thing we notice. So we deduce that the victim was in a costume, which means they could have been killed damn near anywhere. But because we have this witness account, we can assume that it happened here. Emma shows a bunch of footprints around. We don't get to use the power of the Nintendo DS for this. It's very sad.
It's really sad.
And we look for the ones that were in costume. And then we grow old bag, who never said anything about victims being in costume. She said that the moment she looked at them, she lost interest because they looked so boring. But this was just cover for the fact that she was so far away that she couldn't see them properly.
Oh, old bag.
She's immaculate.
But she does also mention that the stage was set up at this time, and this is where Lang arrives.
And he does that thing of, like, it would take 5 men a day to set up a stage, or it could take 500 men, like, 10 minutes.
How long
set up a
do we
stage.
reckon this actually took? Because in game time it took about 5 seconds. And we just sat around watching that happen.
I think it happened reasonably quickly.
Like 30
They didn't
minutes.
need to get all the shit out. Like, they got all the, like, the instruments
No,
set
I know
up
they
and
proper set
everything.
up, like, yeah. It's really
Like, they had the
funny. They were
speaker
really
system
committed to it.
finished, and they had, like, the stadium deck, like, built up and everything, and you could probably have actually performed on that stage.
So from this, we have the positions of the people, and we have a positioning where we assume that the killer was on the stage and the victim was on the ground, and this matches up to the, like, positioning of the bullet wounds, but actually no, because the shoulder wound was the exit wound, so it's the wrong way around. And this is what we argue with Lang, is that the positions were actually switched and they were both in costume.
Is that when we realised that they were both kidnappers, or have we already kind of figured that out?
I believe we'd already figured that out.
Cool.
Based on what Mike told us about them being in costume, and we logic puzzled that there were 3 outfits missing from the storage room,
Yeah.
or the isolation room. There's a really fun dynamic that's established here where you get a really good shot of Miles and Kay both standing with their arms crossed.
It's so good!
And then Lang and Sheena start also matching poses.
And there's a cooler, we gotta be honest, there's a way cooler.
They have an animation where they both rip off their sunglasses at the same time.
It's really, really good. They were like, we can have multiple characters on screen and we're going to have so much fun with this.
And they
It,
did.
it rules.
They really did.
And then Lance stumbles out from next to the stage.
Does the most dramatic fall to the floor ever seen.
Oh,
He's
there's
tired, he's
there's
been
another
kidnapped.
contradiction I didn't write down, which is that we assume that the blue Badgermobile was used to move the body, but that's not the case. It was the proto Badgermobile.
Oh, yeah.
Do we ever see what the Proto Badgermobile looks like?
I don't think so.
That looks like shit.
I bet it looks awful.
Oh shit, I heard that, they're on the way.
They're coming for us! I like the idea that it looks like an old-fashioned car with a hand crank because it's old school and it's actually really cute and tiny.
There's a throwaway line that Mike has that implies that he was pushing the blue Badgermobile around instead of driving
Oh.
it.
Maybe it's like a Flintstones kind of thing.
Or maybe he just didn't have the key.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I can't believe that guy threw
He
his
really
gun on the
shouldn't have
floor.
been doing that.
I don't feel like we
can't.
emphasize that enough. This guy lost his loaded firearm in a theme park full of children.
Yeah.
Cops.
Lang kicks us out to go hang out with Lance, and we head back to the Wild West area and catch up with Ernest again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, my son is such a player. Look at this love letter he got. And it is a letter from Viola Cadaverini from Tenderlender saying, hey, gonna see you soon. Hope you're able to cough up.
So this implies a few things that are really interesting, which is that in lieu of Furio Tigre going to jail and getting killed by the state for doing murder, Viola continued running Tenderlender,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
It rules.
It rules.
Yeah, I love that for her.
I love that for her. I just want to have a conversation with her as to why she wanted to do that.
I think it was kind of implied in the case that she was kind of really good at running it and probably was actually helping Furio do a better job of that. I mean, yeah. I'd give her money so that she was less threatening.
Well, she's literally in the mob, so.
Yeah.
Notably, she only signs her name as Viola, not Viola Cadaverini, because I assume that Ernest would probably know, rich families know each other, right?
And rich families know the mob also.
Yeah.
Well, the mob is rich families.
Lauren is here.
Yeah. She stops being as ridiculous and is just a bit more boring now. And she tells us about her dad, who flew around the world on a plane called Pegasus.
Probably not relevant.
But she doesn't know him.
She doesn't say that it's a plane at first. She just says he flew around in with Pegasus. And Kay says, oh, you really had me going there for a second. For a minute, I thought you actually meant that he flew around on a winged horse.
Spirit mediums exist, so... you know. Also, I love the mysterious thing that happens in Ace Attorney, where it's you can have one parent, but if the other parent isn't relevant to the plot, we just won't even mention them. I have so many questions about Lauren. I mean, this might have been mentioned in flavor text that I didn't see on the playthrough on YouTube, but A, does she have a mum? B, how did she meet Lance? C, question marks. Who is this character?
They said that she and Lance grew up together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
A, her dad is a seahorse. B, they grew up together.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
good.
C, exclamation marks.
Damn, defeated.
That was my use of facts and logic.
Well, I don't need that kind of shit in my life. I just need to arrest people.
If the vibes are off, you put them in jail. 100% success. Highest arrest rate in the entirety of Interpol. This is a good thing.
And also, every single person is worthy of respect.
Everyone is worthy of respect, unless the vibes are off, in which case they're going to Interpol jail.
Maybe
Which is
only
worse
cops are
than
worthy of
regular
respect.
jail.
Awful. Terrible.
I think there are some moments where Lang shows like genuine empathy to people that aren't Miles Edgeworth,
Yeah.
which I really
When
love.
he's talking to Wendy Oldbag and Emma Skye, he's like quite like nice with them, and he's trying
nice
to be
with it,
charming
yeah.
as well.
He's nice with it.
I see.
Lauren tries to kill herself.
No, she's cutting her hair.
It's such a
fine.
dramatic sprite. It's so funny. She pulls out a pair of scissors out of nowhere and starts trying to cut her hair off. But, like, the framing of it is it's so obviously, like, God, I don't want to fucking live anymore. Because like, a sentence after she has that sprite, she's like, no, Lauren, you've got to live. So funny.
So bad.
Don't die,
This
motherfucker.
game's so stupid. But really, like, please live, Lauren. Please dump your loser boyfriend and go and get yours.
We get a profile, a dossier from... Is it from Ernest or is it from Lang who gives it to us?
I think this is from the cop that's guarding the door.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
Gumshoe left this to give to you.
Yeah, so it's a profile of... I've forgotten his name.
Colin.
Oliver
Oliver.
Deacon, otherwise known as Colin Devore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good one, Devin. Yeah, it's that guy's profile, and it's got all of the important information that you need on someone's dossier, like what their dominant hand is.
Surely this will not be relevant later.
It also says that he served time in a place called Pen-y-Dent Prison.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like this one. I like
You
that
like
it's
this one?
I like that it's pendant and penitent. I like it.
And pen, shorthand for penitentiary, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's good.
This case is smoking six style.
We're not that part yet, Devin. You have to hide your feelings.
Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Now you have to change what your rating's going to be.
I can't.
You need
the
to
bit.
figure out the fourth S.
God.
We go to the kidnapper's hideout, which is the room next to the room that Edgeworth was taken to when he was kidnapped.
Yeah, we're like, well, I guess they're done investigating here, so let's take a shot and see if we can get in. And we talked to the cop guarding it, and he's like, hey, Gumshoe put in a good word and said that I should let you through.
And he loves Gumshoe.
He loves Gumshoe. So we just walk
He's,
in.
a nice guy. He might be bad at his job, but he's got a heart of gold.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, isn't that all that matters?
Doesn't matter if you arrest the wrong person, so long as you've got a heart of gold.
Oh, he also says that like 1 billion cops had to knock down the door because it was locked.
Thank God there's 1 billion here.
I think he said it was like 100.
No,
He says it's 10 in
it's
particular.
10.
It's like 50,000.
They were doing some World War Z shit to that door.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we get into this room. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the logical deductions that you make in this room.
Thank you so much for making a note on all of those.
The first is that there are 3 coffee cups on the table. Was it Jay didn't like these coffee cups?
I hate these coffee cups so much. What the fuck, dude? The bottoms are like a pound coin across. And the tops are like regular ass cups. They're gonna fall over all the goddamn time.
Okay, so there are 3 shitty coffee cups on this table.
Thank you.
Undrunk, untarnished coffee cups, by the way. 3 perfectly full to the brim coffee cups that no one has even bothered taking a sip out of.
It's because if you touch them, they're gonna fall over.
Like it's a miracle they got them there, like on the table in the first place. There are also 3 chairs that are set up for people to sit in. You connect these 2 together and say, hey, there were probably 3 people in it.
Yeah, that's good, because that's a good use of logic, because if it were me, I would have probably gone like, oh, there's 3 coffee cups and 3 chairs. Well, 3 plus 3 is 6. So that means there were probably 6 kids.
That's how many legs there were.
Does anyone have any strong opinions about the chairs, or is it just the fucking cups?
They look fine.
Perfectly serviceable chairs.
You also look at the door handle, which has been fucking destroyed, and there's also a broken sword on the ground. Now, a quick aside here, this is my cinema sins thing. Only one of these would have failed for the door to have to open. The fact that they both broke is extremely unusual.
Yeah.
That's really, really fun. I like knowing that.
Good ding, Hera.
Thanks. I have an engineering degree.
We know.
So we're like, okay, this door wasn't locked with a key. It was barred by this fake sword from the inside. And that's it. That's all the logic you do. Then a guy comes up out of the floor.
This is concerning, considering that A, we were beaten unconscious by a guy wearing this exact costume at the start of this case, and B, we know that everyone involved in all of the crimes going on here have also been wearing costumes. So the fact that there's never a moment where Edgeworth or Kay are just like, hey, can you take that mask off for a second, my guy? He's just like, oh, no, I'm one of the good ones that's just, still doing my job out in the theme park for the kids. What the fuck do you mean? How has this entire place not been just, shut down while this investigation is going on? There are 100 cops running around this theme park for children, and you're just expecting it to operate as normal anywhere that a murder hasn't taken place? The only justification for that is because it's so thematically appropriate for this place to be swarming with police.
Yeah. It's just part of the show.
There is now
Kids
one
love
cop
cops.
for every child in the theme park.
Oh, one thing we didn't say, Kay also takes a picture with the pink badger
Oh yeah,
Nice
Bucky
takes
and
picture
does
with the
then
proto.
take a picture
Yeah.
with the proto badger. She's on the hunt. There is a competition where if you take a picture with all 4 badgers, you get a crazy good prize.
You get a posh prize, and the biggest tragedy of this entire case, and if I was going to give it anything less than Smoking Sex Style, would have knocked some points off. You never find out what that prize is.
Yeah, and the reason for that, as it is revealed immediately, is that the bad badger only comes out for the stage shows, so you are not able to find him just wandering the park.
Awful.
Gated. They do this on purpose.
It's a fucking scam. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
You've got people out here trying to make the dreams of children come true, and the park itself is like, no, there are no dreams under capitalism.
But they've got a whole guy dedicated to selling dreams.
Oh well, that's capitalism.
Sweetness like you've never known, Devon. Like innocence drops.
He then goes on to say, but what's weird is that the bad badger costume should be here, and they're both missing. So we actually have 4 costumes missing and not 3.
I don't know if it's because I was watching a YouTube video or my brain at this point was just mush, but I could not keep up with who was wearing what costume and where, and just kind of was passively letting it wash over me like a strong smell.
Like a strong smell.
Well, then you're like, okay, well, Lang and his goons have just, have given this room a pretty thorough inspection, so they probably haven't missed anything really obvious vis-a-vis costumes. But no, there's just a bin, a big, laundry bin with the Bad Badger costume in it.
I assume that the costume itself looks pretty normal, though, right, Hera?
No, there's a tear where the hand should be.
Well, that's weird.
But that's it. There's no bullet holes.
I thought the Bad Badger was supposed to have a gun
Yeah.
in his hand.
This took me this is like the longest thing it took me to figure out in the entire game so far for some reason. And I don't know why.
What, did you
I
forget
have
that
no
he's supposed
excuse
to have
for
a
this.
gun?
No. I was like, oh yeah, they just tore off the gun for like some other reason. I didn't think it was important. Anyway, Bad Badger, no gun.
Aw.
That's the last deduction we make in this room. If you talk to the Proto Badger some more, so first of all, when you meet him, he says, "Oh, Edgeworth, I presume." He's very polite, calls you sir. If you talk to him some more, he says, you can ask him, "How did you know who I was?" And he says, "Oh, you're famous, sir." To which you're like, "Oh, I'm famous?" And he says, "Absolutely, sir. You're always very active in the community, I hear." What the fuck does that mean? Like, is Edgeworth out here running bake sales? Is it like a specific like kind of community?
The cop community.
I guess.
So here's my theory.
Please.
Okay, so if this is the bellboy, which is heavily implied, you know he's a massive like true crime guy. Loves that. He loves that shit. And he hasn't, maybe he knows that Edgeworth is a prosecutor, but in his mind it's more that he's just a really big true crime fan.
Right.
And he became a prosecutor because of that. So really what he's saying is, you're really doing a lot of work for the true crime community by doing all this research into incidents rather than investigating and doing your job. I think that's what he means.
Okay.
In my ridiculous hot take.
That's it for this room. We do not unmask this guy.
Let him have his secrets.
Okay, then. Keep your secrets.
We walk out into the Wild
There's
West
no
zone,
one inside. It's just the proto badger.
and Gumshoe runs up and he comes, "Come quick, come quick." They found
Stuff's happening.
they found evidence by the gate.
Finally, we can go and investigate the main gate.
Woo!
Except we don't, because we immediately go into the investigation of the outfit, and that's it. Then we get locked into conversation the rest of the time. So this outfit that is found is the Blue Badger outfit that has been discarded by the front gate, and there is a pendant inside the piece.
The pendant is a pair of wings. And what do you know? It's made out of the same metal as the other pendant we found.
And as we all know, horses do have wings sometimes.
That's true.
It has a name on the back. Lauren D.
That
Could be
probably doesn't
anyone.
mean anything.
They do notably, when you log it onto evidence, it just says Ms. Porp's pendant. They don't make you do the logical connection at all. They're just like, yeah, just have this one.
That's really fun.
There's only one Lauren in the world.
It's true. Do we just like immediately tell her that that's her dad? Or there's a bit of a back and forth first? Yeah, because she confesses, doesn't she?
Yes, because Lance's testimony is that one of the kidnappers was a woman. And so Lang is like, okay, it was probably her, and she just confesses. Right?
Yeah, and she's like, I killed him. He turned on me? And then Edgeworth's like, well, he wouldn't have turned on you because, look, clearly he's your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh god, I killed my dad.
Yeah, we don't really dwell on this, even though it's
It's something
It's
Edgeworth in particular
kind of
should
a
have
big
a lot
deal.
of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny because this whole game, this whole case especially, is so like throwback pilled. And then it's like, emotional resonance of this? Nothing, don't worry about it.
That's because this case is throwback slop, Jay.
It's because he's completely repressed it, I guess.
Don't say this.
He's overcome his trauma. He's fine now.
He's fine,
He
yeah.
doesn't think about it.
Yeah, he's
Fine
literally
now.
completely forgotten about the decades of trauma that he had because he's just over it now.
Here we're sort of thrown into like an argument gauntlet.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
So we do the thing about the dad, and then the next argument is that, okay, well, Lauren and her dad planned this together, and they're the two that did it. To which we say, well, actually, this was 3 people.
Because look, some cups.
Yeah. And from there, we just jump into the accusation that Lance is the one behind this.
Which, yeah. It just feels like it does come out of nowhere. It feels like 30 minutes ago we found out that he was the kidnapping victim and suddenly
Yeah.
we're just like, it's you. Sorry.
I mean, the thing from Tender Lender is sort of the big giveaway there.
Right, I guess, yeah, that is the
That's
motive.
true. We do have evidence for
Yeah.
it, yeah.
But like, there isn't really anything aside from that.
That's true. It could be easy to miss if you're not deeply assumptive, like some of us are. Lance claims that he was a prisoner. We claim that the door was locked on the inside. So why don't you just take the sword out the door? Then we tell Lang that his motive, that he was in debt to Tenderlander. And we go back to the scene of the crime at the stage, where Lauren thinks that Oliver is trying to kill her. So she fires at him and runs, thinks she killed him. And when you get her to recount the incident in more detail, she says that Oliver is holding the gun in his left hand.
Weird.
Super strange.
It's not allowed. If you're right-handed, you're right-handed for everything.
Except for some things.
I can't wait to get away with murder.
Literally the only thing I do with my left hand is right, and everything else I do with my right hand.
I'm exactly the same.
There's 3 of us on this podcast that do that. That's crazy.
That's so fun.
Weird. We're gonna get away with so many murders. Put that on record.
I gotta cut this out the podcast because it'll give us away.
It's such a left-handed person thing to do, though. Where like
To commit murder.
Shoot
just
somebody?
use the right-handed people's stuff because no, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
And then the final bit of testimony, well, we do get some more, is that the head is separate from the rest of the costume. So in theory, it could have been someone wearing the head of the bad badger, but still wearing a different costume underneath it, like the proto badger. This one felt like a bit of a leap to me.
Yeah.
But
I tried a few other bits before I got that one, and but like, yeah, it's just one of those things where there's a few things it could be. You're sort of at this point where this is always the bit that I have the most trouble with, is where like mentally I've figured out the process of events.
yeah,
I just need to figure out what specific thing I need to make everyone else aware of.
that's true. Ernest shows up.
Surely he's there to help.
Now
He's like, everyone, calm down.
He loves Edgeworth. He just wants to help Edgeworth.
He's a big fan of the Von Karmas.
I heard my boy has been causing trouble for you all.
Ugh.
Let's smooth this whole thing over. I have the definitive evidence of this case.
Where is that evidence law book with the duck on it?
He's fished a costume out of the ocean. Of the bad badger. It has a bullet hole in the abdomen.
And glass in the head, right?
Yeah.
And 2 guns.
Two guns.
One
One
of
of
which has Lauren's fingerprints on.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Guess she did it. Oh yeah, allegedly.
It groblins my mind that you can examine this gun with the power of the Nintendo DS, and you can't open the chamber to see whether a bullet was even fired. Because it doesn't look like one has been from that gun, even though it does end up being
You can kind of angle it and you can see that it's been fired, but you can't get a dialogue tree for it.
Which is
You just get a dialogue of Kay being like, hey, can I hold this?
Can I touch the evidence, please?
Like, I'm wearing gloves, it's fine. So you go into what I thought was going to be the final testimony of the case. I was wrong about this. You do get the Eurobeat here, I'm pretty sure. Fingerprints wouldn't be on the gun because at the time of the shooting, Lauren was wearing a costume. But she testifies that she handled it earlier on when they were in the hideout. But we also find, this is a little throwback from, I don't remember which case this is from, that the gun was fired at point blank range because there are gunpowder marks on the outfit.
That is
That is
1-4.
from 1-4.
1-4.
This is just like what happened to Edgeworth, but he won't comment on that because he's completely healed.
Oh, wonderful.
Which means that the murder took place somewhere else. It did not take place in the stadium.
Thanks,
And in fact,
Oldberg.
the stadium incident was a recreation done by the killer to make Lauren think that she did it.
Which is such a reach. Like, I mean, just like, okay, what we end up finding out later is that, like, it was kind of a heat of the moment murder. And the idea that, like, Lance did that and then just made all this stuff happen to, like, throw the scent off is so wild. I don't know if Lance could have thought on his feet that well.
He's an interesting character, right? Because, like, when you talk to him, he's kind of a poet, kind of a soft boy.
He's very much a soft boy.
But he's
And
he's
like
a
a soft
schemer.
boy... Well, that's the thing. Much like a soft boy, he's all like, poetry, lovely. And then as soon as things don't go his way, it's like, oh, wow, there's this brat in front of me. He sucks.
He does sucks. After... Why am I blanking on his dad's name? Ernest. After Ernest brings in the costume, one thing he also brings in is a letter from the chief of police, which just says, please allow Mr. Amano complete freedom to do as he sees fit. And apparently, Lang just can't fucking do anything about that.
We're back in real
This
Age
judicial
31
system
territory.
is terrible.
Of, power is power.
Oh yeah, this guy is corrupt as fuck.
This guy is corrupt as fuck. Mr. Big Bucks? The guy with all the money?
He really likes Von Karma.
The guy with all the money who really likes that prosecutor that was constantly being accused of tampering with evidence?
And also, I guess the new chief of police, who we haven't met yet, is also corrupt.
Wow, it's almost
So
like
bad.
there's something fundamentally fucked up with the police system. That every person who ends up being the chief of police ends up being corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What if it was just Gant again?
It's Gant's younger brother who looks almost exactly the same.
I'd be okay with
Instead of lightning hair, it's like a storm cloud.
Oh yeah.
that. Nice.
And instead of the organ, it's like a cello.
He's
or
got a
something.
guitar.
Damn, that would be cool as hell,
yeah.
actually.
We'd make such a good Ace Attorney
We
game.
would. There's also a section that you need to do where you need to prove that the murder didn't take place at the stadium after you've proven that it couldn't have been done there
Yes.
because of the point blank bullet. Which is really annoying because the mirror fragment is like obvious evidence that it took place somewhere else. Because the mirror fragments can only be found in the kidnapper's hideout because there's a mirror that's been moved there and the haunted house. But the way, there's like a really roundabout way you have to go through this because you need to explain it to everyone in excruciating detail, which is really annoying. So you can't use the mirror fragment as evidence. You have to use the costume itself as evidence and then do some other bullshit to link it back to the mirror fragment.
Yeah.
And this is where Mr. Amano reveals that he now owns the rights to the haunted house.
Such a wild thing to put in. And we can't go and investigate.
This is interesting, because when this happened, I was like, that is too convenient for me to not think that he is also in on it for some reason. Because what he says is, oh, while I was on my way here, I met the guy and I got him to sell me the property for the haunted house for $1 million. Now I own that haunted house, and I'm going to say, no, you're not allowed to investigate that property.
I think he's lying when he said I just bumped into the guy. I think he went to that guy's office and gave him the shakedown.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So what do we do if we can't get into the haunted house?
Thank God we have a 19-year-old with a gadget. Actually, like, a weird girl is really coming through for us today.
It's true.
Truly.
Oh, speaking of 19-year-olds, I do want to point a light at something in this case. The relationship at the core of this is between a 19-year-old and a 21-year-old. I just want to applaud the writers of this game for
Oh my God.
having a regular relationship between two people with not a crazy age gap.
The bar is so low.
Oh God, that's so
I
funny.
do
That's
think
so
so.
funny.
I think Devon was the one who pointed out, is that like there just seems to be like a lot less mean-spirited and like bullshit things in investigations so far. I think it's more glaring almost with Lauren because like her character is kind of weird, but it's not like awful in a way
Yeah.
that we could imagine it being based on the trilogy.
There were some, like, occasional off-the-cuff non-sequiturs people said that were very strange. But aside from that, like, nothing baked into anyone's core character traits.
And you know, weirdly, I'm enjoying investigations a lot more. Who could have... I don't know. I don't get it. It could be anything.
Must be something.
I mean, to be fair, it's also the logic system, I think.
Also, the logic system is pretty good. Also, I really like this VR system.
Well, talking of the VR system, we got one of those, so we don't need a real haunted house.
So what happens here is Kay says she inputs the blueprints of the haunted house into Little Thief and fully recreates the whole way that Edgeworth got clobbered.
Sweet.
Did we say that Little Thief is the reason it exists is to simulate areas to practice stealing from them, basically?
Yeah.
Cool. This reminds me of a game I want to shout out called Quadrilateral Cowboy, which is about simulating crime scenes and then stealing from them. It's really good.
Fun.
Okay, speaking of simulating scenes, we're in the haunted house.
Spooky. It's now spooky and green.
And green is one of the scariest colors.
So scary.
Because it's the color of slime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is the scariest of viscosities. So we're in the haunted mansion, and there's a lot of like faffing about trying to figure out which hand was used to beat Edgeworth over the head, and we basically realise that it's not the bad badger. It was.
Right, because
Can anyone take helpful notes on this?
Yeah.
Great. I'm so glad you're here.
I've started making notes of the logic.
Yeah, that helps a lot. So the initial assumption was that it was the bad badger.
It's because Lance said that he sent Oliver to incapacitate Edgeworth. So that is why we're going by that assumption.
Yeah, so with the assumption that it's the bad badger, we're like, okay, he must have struck Edgeworth with his left hand because his right hand has a toy gun sewn to it. And we determined that, like, it definitely wasn't being hit with the gun itself because he used the prop sword that was used to jam the door in the kidnapper's room. But then Edgeworth is like, oh yeah, I got hit on the right side of my head. And then there's like a sentence in this where Kay and Edgeworth are talking to each other, just being like, oh yeah, he must have swung his left arm on the left side of his body to hit your right side with the object in his left hand.
Yeah, we also do a little luminol sequence. We don't use the power of the DS again, unfortunately. We don't even call Emma in. We just put some luminol on the sword, and sure enough, it's on that side.
No, but he didn't actually swing with his left hand, is the thing.
Yeah, and so from that we can deduce that it wasn't the bad badger because it had to have been holding it in the other hand.
So it was the proto-badger.
Uh-oh, and who was in the proto-badger costume? It was Lance.
There's some fun conversations that you have here while everyone's sort of gathered around in this area. If you talk to Gumshoe, he's really excited about Little Thief, and he's like, I love this gadget, can I try it out?
Yeah.
And Kay's like, yeah, sure. So they've quashed their beef.
It's good.
Yay! To be fair, if I wasn't sure about someone and they showed me a cool gadget, I would like them more.
Yeah, it's true.
I like that you get to have a conversation with Shinar in this bit, where you just talk to her about Lang and about her attitude towards crime and criminal investigation. And it's just good that you get that opportunity where she actually like has a personality rather than just existing as Lang's PA who just does stuff in his shadow. It makes her feel more like a legitimate presence rather than, just like an accessory to Lang.
Yeah. If you speak to Lang, he says, reject not those who seek the truth.
But fuck you, fuck you,
This
fuck you,
man
fuck
is
you,
so
fuck you.
full of shit. Fingers and ears. La 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 la. I don't want to hear anything you have to say.
One thing I want to talk about also is that, like, so far Lang, like, despite being a huge roadblock the entire time, like, when you come out with, like, a conclusion as part of your investigation, he does then take that on board. Like, he is receptive to what Edgeworth is doing. He's just being a dick about it. Which is kind of a new and interesting dynamic. Anyway, Lang, after making these deductions, says, okay, but have you looked at the pamphlet of this theme park? It says that there's a feature of this corridor, that there's a disappearing doll of the Blue Badger. So that guy, like, where else was he gonna hide? Because that doll is right there. It's the Blue Badger doll. So where was the killer? Have you thought about that, you idiot?
But there was mirrors.
Yeah, the Blue Badger is the belts are mirrored. Did anyone pick up on this without
Nope.
just blindly picking
No,
on evidence?
No, I did not. It was luckily the second thing I guessed, because I was like, oh, it's probably something to do with the Blue Badger family. So I clicked on the thing that has all their descriptions on it first, and then the one for the photo challenge. And the photo challenge one was like, wow, his belts are mirrored. Realistically, since they both got pictures of the Blue Badger, both of them should have been viable as evidence, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll take it, either way.
I have such a small... this is very small, but, like, why isn't the turn in the corridor in the blueprints for the building? Like, you can't tell me that gimmick
That's
is,
really
like, that
funny. Maybe the police like drew up the
secret.
blueprints themselves and they just didn't look down the corridor.
I could believe that. Gumshoe being like, that looks like a straight corridor to me.
Because when Kay uses Little Thief, she has to input the data manually, which is why she had to get the blueprint from Gumshoe. Oh, also a detail that I didn't mention from earlier that I thought was really fun is that Emma has this little animation. She's got like a little like PDA that she uses. When she uses it, you can see like the code reflected in her glasses. It's really good.
It's really fucking great. She has the power of the Nintendo DS, is the thing.
She does.
That's why we don't have it.
Oh, fuck.
She's gatekeeping.
We don't use it once in this case. Like, you can examine stuff, but it is not necessary to progress the case.
Yeah, I think on the video I watched, it didn't come up once.
Because you can examine the murder weapon, and you can examine both pendants, and of course your prosecutor's badge, and that's it. But they just give you all that stuff. You don't have to look at it. Is the Nintendo DS becoming redundant? Is its power waning?
That couldn't possibly be true, Hera. How could you say something like that, you of all people?
I mean, I don't know what to think anymore.
Think beautiful and true thoughts, maybe.
Well, here's what I'm thinking about. What if there was a big mirror in the corridor, and it wasn't a straight corridor at all, and there was a corner in it?
This trick setup is the stupidest thing I ever heard of, because it's not like the mirror can move without anybody realizing that it's moving, and then suddenly the thing's disappeared. Like, you would hear machinery and, like, movement and see the reflection warp as it moved. It's not... The disappearing badger thing sucks.
So here's the thing. If, when inputting the data into Little Thief, Kay was using the blueprints of the site as reference, she would have known about the mirror hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we were saying. Maybe the police drew this up and didn't look properly.
Then they wouldn't be blueprints, Sarah.
Look, if I wanted, I could draw up blueprints right now. There's nothing like. They're
They're
just
not accurate blueprints, but they're blueprints.
yeah.
Anyway, there's a mirror trick.
There's a
and,
mirror trick.
You'll fucking hate it.
It turns out that the mirror breaks when Lance shoots Oliver.
Yeah.
And so the second time, like when Edgeworth goes back into the corridor and he saw a badger, it was actually the victim's body, which is so horrible and awful, actually.
And you know what? I went back
that.
and watched the opening cutscene of the case. That is not reflected there.
No, it's
They
not.
play a trick on you. I guess he doesn't look at it.
Yeah, that's so Edgeworth.
So the plot is that Lance has effectively used Lauren as like some kind of hostage to get Oliver on board with the plan. And Oliver is not happy with this, so at that moment when they are alone together behind the mirror, Oliver attacks Lance, and Lance wrestles. Maybe he doesn't wrestle, just in the struggle shoots Oliver. And then the bullet breaks the mirror.
And that, like, in the opening bit, there's like the sound of a mirror smashing that Edgeworth like notices, and it's that moment that like the murder happens, basically.
Pretty spooky.
It's so spooky. So when the kind of like reveal happens, Lance is like, he, jumped on me, he was being really violent, and then he kind of like falls to the floor and starts having a tantrum. And I think it's a really nice moment of like, that's kind of like Lance's testimony is so unreliable because he just wants to look out for himself.
Yeah.
And it kind of really shows how bratty he is and like spoiled and enabled. And I just think it wasn't the most like flashy and over the top breakdown animation, but just the way that his like narrative is so warped, or possibly very warped, is like really cool.
He does say sorry when you finally catch him.
He says, I'm so sorry. And he's got big,
And you're
big,
like, well,
big
okay.
ears.
He's being nice.
He's sorry.
Just let him go.
He's saying sorry. He didn't
Sorry.
mean it.
God, I think it's a really good fucking like thing of like nepo baby murder yes man parent thing. Really good character illustration, I think.
Yeah.
And he really treads on everyone to get it done. Like, he lies to Lauren and says that they're going to run away together when that's not the case because he's just going to use the money to pay back a loan. Mm-hmm. He sucks.
He doesn't tell Lauren that Oliver is her dad. He sucks. Really good writing.
So, one thing I didn't mention, when I was investigating this area, I did lose all my health at one point, because this is like kind of a gauntlet of multiple different arguments and investigations before you get any health recovery. And I just pressed the retry button, and it just gives you all your health back at like the most recent point of failure.
Cool.
Which I'm kind of relieved by, because I loaded my most recent save, and my most recent save was an autosave literally seconds before I lost my last pip of health. And it was like it was like after I'd taken the action and during the following snippets of dialogue where you lose your health. So I was basically stuck in a death loop. So I'm really glad that function was there to pull me out of it without me having to reload a really old save. It does seem kind of weird that it gives you all your health back without consequence, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth in that regard.
It does seem like also when you finish an investigation, like you just get fully healed. Like, health is just not that important in the design of this game, it seems.
I am okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm here to have fun.
We're reading a story.
Yeah, fun.
Feels mean to punish you for reading it in the wrong order.
So we head back outside. Well, we were outside the whole time.
We turn off the lights.
We turn off on the lights, and the lights that are real, like the sun, come out again.
I like that.
And Lang says, well done, prosecutor. You've done exactly what I asked of you. You've forced Ernest to come out and obstruct justice, and now I can arrest him. For he is the reason that I have been here the whole time.
He played us like a damn fiddle.
Maybe. I think he's grandstanding a bit.
I know. I absolutely think he's... he just wants to take the credit.
talking shit.
Oh, this man. I love him.
He mentions a case from 10 years ago called KG8. Have we gotten the designation before? Is that new?
I'm pretty sure that's the one from the folder that was stolen.
Yes. But, okay, we definitely got the designation back then.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Devin said yes.
And then Jack
I said
Portsman
I think
walks
so.
up.
Hey, who forgot that this was before the first case?
It's awkward, right? Because the plane case takes place 2 days before that case. This is the day in between them. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't come home from he doesn't do anything after the airport because he gets that call that's like, hey, my son got kidnapped, can you come and do the handoff? So
Yeah.
he's literally come off the plane doing all this, and then we know that he's about to go to his office. At the end he says, Gumshoe, I'm so tired, I've had such a long 2 days. Can you take me to my office?
I'm so
Go
fucking sleepy. Someone give me a fucking cigar.
God.
But yeah, so we know that right after this he's going to go to the office and get held up at gunpoint. Mars Edgeworth's very bad 48 hours.
Really bad.
And also, it wouldn't be a bad 48 hours if he would just be normal and go home after a holiday. Well, not after a holiday, but after a flight. Stop doing your job.
When Jax shows up, Buddy's here as well, by the way. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Buddy?
Buddy.
Faye?
Yeah. Buddy's such a good name.
Buddy!
He still looks like shit.
Oh my god.
Jack shows up and Ernest is like extremely relieved by this. He's like, he clearly recognizes Jax and is like, oh, finally, get me out of here. It doesn't work because Long is a higher authority and just arrests both Ernest and his son anyway, and then outright accuses Edgeworth of being the corrupt prosecutor as part of the smuggling ring, which is a great example of when you have an assumption, you miss things that are extremely obvious right in front of you.
Well, in Lang's defense, there are a lot of reasons you would accuse Edgeworth, of all people, of being corrupt.
It's true.
Yeah. Also,
And he
fair.
doesn't know Jack Sportsman like we know him.
But also, like, why does he think it's just one prosecutor? Like, why couldn't it be multiple?
That's true.
They,
yeah.
they have intel we don't even know about, Devin. That's why they're called Intel Paul.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Is it? Are you sure?
I don't know. I'm having a good time, though. I don't care anymore. I'm just happy.
With that Interpol leave, they hit us with one really good synchronized pose before leaving.
Really fucking slick.
So good. I want to leave all social interactions doing that.
Shinar stays, like, we catch her as she's walking away and says, hey, why does Lang fucking hate us so much?
And then she reveals the secret law.
She reveals that back in Zafeng, Lang's family were... They were very high, but they were, like, in charge of law, basically. Is that right? Mm-hmm. They were, like, the head cops. And then a prosecutor...
And also all the cops, from the sound of it.
Yeah, they made
Yeah.
it sound like literally only people of that family were able to be cops.
And then one day a prosecutor forged evidence that caused the Lang to, like, lose a case. Which one's the family name?
Lang.
It is Lang, okay. So the Lang family lost the case and now they're not the chief cops anymore. And Lang has a huge chip on his shoulder about that. Hates every
I do think
prosecutor
that
ever.
having just one family being in charge of all policing it's probably not great, actually.
Seems fine.
No.
Oh, yeah, because they're honourable. I forgot.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's fine.
And that's pretty much the case. Except for one last
That's the
thing.
case.
Just one more thing.
What could it possibly be?
Kay says, oh, by the way, you don't recognize me?
No!
And this is why, okay, like, when Edgeworth sees Meekins and is like, I remember you, I'm like, this man would not remember Mike Meekins. He wouldn't remember anybody. Emma's lucky that he remembered her, but she was kind of prosecutor adjacent, so it's fine. This man does not remember shit about shit.
I mean, to be fair, if I saw a 19-year-old, I probably wouldn't remember them when they were 12 if I hadn't seen them in that time frame.
Yeah, exactly. I
Meekins
guess.
looks the same.
He can't... But it's Edgeworth! He doesn't remember people! He forgets names!
He doesn't
He
know
doesn't
who
know
Winston
anything.
Payne is.
Oh, anyway. It turns out Kay knows them.
From Gumshoe's first case 7 years ago. And then the screen starts wavering. It does the twinkly flashback music. And then it says, the end.
No more law.
Well, back then, back before time where we're going, law hadn't been invented yet, Devin.
Well, gang. What do we think?
Fun case.
A really fun case. I liked it a lot. I'm a little
Yay.
apprehensive about the next one, if I'm being honest.
We have justifiable reasons to be apprehensive about a flashback case.
Yeah, fair.
I also really, really like the Edgeworth and Kay dynamic, and I just don't feel like... I feel like we're going to get robbed of that immediately.
It would be so fucking funny if Dahlia Hawthorne was in the next episode. I think it would suck, but I think it would be really funny.
Gosh, I'm not saying anything about anything ever. I can't cope. Let's see what happens.
Do you think we're going to meet the judge?
What, like as a baby?
7 years ago?
His
He's going to be
Marvel
like
sage.
50-something.
No. The life cycles are only about like 5 to 6 years.
He's going to still be in the pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna meet Proto Judge.
Oh, God.
no. He's going to have those weird eyes.
I hate it, but I want to draw it so bad.
What if the
God,
person
my
who
brain
presided
hurts.
over the court had the anatomy of a mole cricket?
Couldn't we say he was already made of ants?
Yeah, we did say he was already. Well, we said he was made of one big misogynistic ant specifically.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right.
true. Oh, gang.
Devon's already
You know what
rated
comes
this one.
now. Yeah, Devon,
That's true.
Devon jumped the
Devon has
gun on
already
this
rated
one,
this.
but
Do you wanna have another shot at it?
yeah, just in case.
It could go in so many different directions. No one knows how I feel about this case. I really kept it close to my heart. But honestly, this case is fucking smoking sick style. I'm so happy. I wrote 20 pages of notes just vibing with all of the stupid throwbacks and flavor text, and honestly not really engaging in the central mystery, but just enjoying the there's so much familiarity here. There's so much stupid joy, and I don't feel like I'm constantly wincing from horrible, mean-spirited jokes that are ruining my life. So, yeah, fucking great. I had so much fun.
Hell yeah.
Yippee!
I also really enjoyed this case. I was a little curious after finishing case 2. I was like, okay, how are they going to build on this formula that they're constructing? And the answer was to introduce a really compelling companion character who has also a very cool mechanic tied to it, with the like reconstruction mechanic. So that was great. I feel like it was a great like evolution on what they've been working on, and also I just think it was a really fun case. The mystery wasn't super compelling, but I still had a lot of fun, a lot of great character work. So it's a green for me.
Yay. I still feel like my overall like point about investigations will always just be like, it's the sequel. It's so much more of a sequel than the Apollo Justice trilogy, and we will simply have to get into that when we get into it. I kind of fell off halfway through watching this, and I feel like I kind of fell off halfway through talking about it as well, and I feel like maybe I just don't find the back half of this case very interesting. But I love Kay. I'm glad that we finally have Kay, and I'm glad that we finally have Lang, and it was fun to have so many callbacks. And I think they were done well. I'm fairly anti-callback as a person, but here I feel like
Yeah, me too.
it went okay.
I'm shamelessly callback.
Even the old bag one I saw coming a
Maxing.
mile off, and I was like, I was kind of wincing, but I think they did it pretty well. Like, we didn't linger on her too much. I felt like that with Emma, that was kind of to the detriment that they also didn't linger, but, you know, maybe we'll see her again. All right, finally, Ro, how did you feel about this case? Oh, wait, Jay hasn't rated it yet.
Well, my whole rating for investigations is like a post-trilogy game, so like 17, 18, but...
Oh, I see.
Ro?
Chartreuse.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Awesome.
Really good. Thanks, everyone, for your time and your contributions to this podcast, to my life,
Aw.
to the world, and the people around you. It's been great.
Yippee!
Hell yeah.
I feel
Can
so
I say,
happy.
I think actually you should replay this game in your 30s, but just like, you have to have Devon here and just experience the absolute, like, joy that they have every time they get to play this game. Like, it comes through on the podcast, but in their notes as well. It's just like constant. And like, also every time I talk to Devon, they're like, I played the case and I'm so happy.
Honest to fucking God,
It's
like,
really good.
I know so many people have issues with this game, and like, I know that criticisms are very valid, and also I'm like, I just do not care. They made this game to make me happy, and it ticked all the boxes, and I don't care. Like, I just don't care about the problem.
I am so curious to drill down more into that when we finish this game. Because I'm having so much fun.
It's good.
Honestly. It's good. It's good. I'm having so much fun too. Ah, everything's so great.
I mean, next time we've got Turnabout Reminiscing, is that what it's called?
I think so. That sounds about right.
Alright. Join us then.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Drive safe.
Have a nice day.